The Whisper Catcher, written by Andy Rice, narrated by the author.
On the day of the terrible thing, the sisters' breakfast routine was the same as every other school morning. Alicia toasted one slice of white bread, evenly spread with a thick layer of butter and Vegemite, and one rye, neatly stacked with sliced tomatoes. She then carefully milled the salt and pepper onto both sides and added a drizzle of balsamic vinegar. Madison screwed up her nose. "I don't know how you can eat that." The younger sister feigned a shiver, mouthed a silent yuck, and dismissed the prospect altogether. She then proceeded to extract the contents of her box of Cheerios, spilling a good amount over the breakfast bar in the process, and began shoveling giant scoops into her mouth. "Everyone has to take their helmets to school today," their father John raised an eye from the San Francisco Chronicle, grimacing as he took a sip of hot coffee. Alicia tapped her new stack hat in response, which she was wearing as she sat at the breakfast table. Spikes of uncombed, knotted bed hair poked out the sides. It was Alicia's 12th birthday. The family was in great spirits, eager to get school finished and the celebrations underway. Alicia had been given a brand new bike, and she was dying to try it out. After extensive Google research leading up to her birthday, Alicia had created an online portfolio with a colour-coded ranking system and a cost-benefit analysis of all the bikes to her size on the current market. She then presented to her father the final and obvious recommendation on PowerPoint: a Trek hybrid, perfect for the ups and downs of the San Francisco streets or a weekend in the mountains. "And best of all, John, I mean Dad, it won't need replacing until I'm all grown up." Alicia had advised all this in her most grown-up voice. John, Dad, had agreed almost instantly. Alicia had clearly impressed him with her analysis. However, she had also managed to wrangle nearly double the allocated budget. So, believing some proper parenting compromise was required, John had agreed with one condition: that Madison was to receive the same gift too. In isolation, this was not a fact that bothered Alicia. After all, theirs was a family that shared everything. But Alicia's frustration was more physiological than psychological. Her father described the sisters' physical differences as perfect genetics wrapped up in wondrous DNA. But her father's well-meaning intentions failed to soften the everyday reminder that Madison, although 2 years and 9.5 months her junior, was already taller than Alicia, and she had already outgrown the bike from her own birthday just the year before. So unfair. "That's the deal, kiddo," her father had insisted as Alicia shook his hand in acceptance of the deal. "You know, Maddie has had a little growth spurt." Then, adding the specifics of their transaction, "Don't worry, you're going to get bonus points at home, and it's your choice of bike, but you'll need to wait until your birthday before you can ride them." "Yes, Dad," Alicia mock grumbled. "And you'll need to take Maddie riding on your birthday." "Yes, John, Dad." But it was a good-spirited grumble. The sisters were close, despite how much they liked to deny it. Now, with breakfast successfully completed, John reiterated the day's plans as he handed Madison her school bag. "By the time you get home, the bikes will be on the SUV and will go straight to the track at the Presidio. The earlier you are, the more riding we can get in before it gets dark. Then I'm making meatball spaghettio, Alicia's birthday request."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?